Somewhere Only We Know. Callaway's number 8. Written by Barbara Freethy. Narrated by Eva Kaminsky. Chapter 1. The cold, wintry night was eerily similar to the one 3 years ago, when thick clouds of fog had swept into San Francisco just after dusk, shutting out the last bit of daylight, holding the city in the icy fingers of late January. And just like that night, Burke felt a chill run down his spine, an uneasy feeling that was heightened by the sirens that suddenly lit up the air. As a firefighter, he was used to sirens, to emergencies, to the unthinkable happening in a second. But nothing had prepared him for that night. He tried to force the horrific images out of his mind. It wasn't the same, he told himself. But 3 years had done little to erase the memories, which was why the last thing he wanted to do was attend yet another memorial dinner in honor of his late fiancée, Leanne Parker. But Chuck and Marjorie Parker insisted on remembering their only daughter's death every year, since the tragic car accident had taken her life. As Leanne's former fiancé, he could do nothing but support them. It was his duty to attend, and he'd never been a man to shirk his duty. As a cold blast of wind rocketed through the tall buildings that surrounded him, he zipped up his jacket and proceeded up the steep hill to the Hanover Club. Originally a private gentleman's establishment, started by one of San Francisco's first families, the Hanover Club now catered to high-powered executives and politicians of both genders, interested in holding parties or meetings. Tonight was something in between. "Burke, wait up!" He stopped, surprised at the sound of his sister's voice. He turned around to see Emma and his younger brother Sean walking quickly up the hill behind him. Emma was a slender blonde with snapping blue eyes that reflected her sparkling, often stubborn personality. A fire investigator for the San Francisco Fire Department, she'd obviously come straight from work, wearing her navy blue slacks and matching jacket. Sean wore dark jeans under a black wool coat, and like all the Callaway men, he had brown hair and blue eyes. But while Sean looked like everyone else in the family, he was in many ways the odd man out. The musician, the soulful, emotional singer-songwriter in a family of overachievers, many of whom were firefighters. "What are you guys doing here?" Burke asked. "Supporting you," Emma said with a purposeful smile, as if she was expecting to get an argument from him. "You should have told us about the dinner, Burke." "I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to come." Bluntness was the only thing that worked when it came to his stubborn younger sister. "How did you find out?" "Mrs. Parker called Mom to see who from the family would be attending. You can imagine how thrilled Mom was that you hadn't told her." Now he knew why he had 4 voice messages from his mother that he had yet to listen to. He'd also been avoiding his text messages, which had been pinging away all day. He glanced at Sean and frowned. "And you, this is what you decide to show up for? The guy who misses almost every family event? This one you have to make." Sean gave him an understanding look. Emma insisted. "Drew and Rhea are on their way, as well as Aiden, Sarah, and Mom. Jessica and Nicole send their regards, but they had a school function with Brandon and Kyle tonight. I'm not sure what's up with Shayla or Colton." "They're both stuck at work," Emma put in. "And Dad had a dinner meeting he couldn't miss." "Thank God for that," Burke muttered. While he was close to his father, Jack Callaway had a huge personality, and Jack had never gotten along that well with Leanne's dad. Chuck was a white-collar investment banker and staunch conservative. Jack was blue-collar all the way, although he now served as deputy chief of operations for the San Francisco Fire Department. "How are you doing, Burke?" Emma asked, her blue eyes filled with worry. "I'm fine."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?